Let's go now to Neil Kothari. He's the founder and CEO of Izuto from India, a supporter of INMA. Thank you so much for Neil for that. So hello, Neil.
Hi. Hey, thanks for having me here. Can I share?
All right. Go ahead. Are you going to speak, Neil? Or you prefer just a direct Q&A?
No, I have a presentation.
Okay. All right.
Is that visible?
Yes, looks good.
Thanks a lot. So I'm Neil Kothari. I'm the CEO for Izuto. Izuto is an owned audience marketing platform helping publishers engage and build loyal audiences so that new revenue opportunities can open up in future. In my presentation today, I would dwell on the upcoming revenue opportunities for publishers and how they can build future-ready business. Let's go back to a very basic question. What is a media business? Is it about producing content, social media influencing, ad revenues, or just showing up on top of Google search? In my view, it is all of that and more. Some companies just know this better. This is the media universe for US for 2021. And what you see is Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Samsung here. Yes, these are global media giants. They share the space with usual suspects, Google, Facebook, Twitter, etc. Come to think of it, it is not actually the media universe, but the attention universe. The primary job of media business is to draw user attention, and we are in the attention economy. This map is a universe of brands which have the maximum attention on the internet. So media is equal to attention. It just seems like that everyone's getting into media business. Where can media business get into? Let's look at some of the fundamental things on the internet. In the attention universe, there are three fundamental entities. There are publishers who are creating content and have maximum visitors. There are sellers who sell products and services. And there are influencers who are influencing the choices being made by the people on the internet. But each of these have their own set of challenges. Publishers have the traffic, but they do not command influence over the audience, nor they are able to build sustainable models around engagement and loyalty. Product companies, they continue to be extremely dependent on Amazon, and they find it extremely hard to acquire new customers. The high cost of acquiring a customer is their biggest pain point. Influencers do not understand technology per se, and they are constantly looking out for more audience to expand their influence. Each of these entities in the past have made efforts to launch or get into other businesses. Publishers have launched D2C brands have launched online magazines, influencers at some point in time do launch their own products. But I believe all of these efforts are not good enough because they are not in collaboration with each other. They end up competing for the same user attention. The future actually lies in collaboration. The three entities can come together to co-create new business models, which combine the strength of each business and create value for audiences, which is common for all of them. Let's look at some of these business models which can be possible. In my first example today, product seller and publisher came together to take user experience to next level. Guardian, in partnership with the seller Ocado, created featured articles on food recipes curated by Guardian food critic. And every article had a link to buy the ingredients. Come to think of it, Ocado leveraged the huge audience that Guardian has. Guardian got to participate in product selling. And for customers, the entire experience of content to product is just one click away. Truly a native experience. My second example is about Pop Sugar, a women-centric fashion publisher in US, along with its huge network of fashion blogs and partner websites, partnered with Target, Express, Topshop, and various other retailers. They did a series of articles on women fashion, and every article had a bubble which would ask the user to click, and they would land up on the retail store. In the words of Brian Sugar, Pop Sugar's founder, he called it complete reimagination of content and commerce. Marie Claire, a fashion publication, and Ocado again They launched a brand new, absolutely new brand. They launched a women cosmetic brand called Fabled. Publisher and influencer can also get together, right? Restaurant critic Grace Dent came together with Guardian and they created these series of food podcasts with award-winning chefs. Each of these examples basically opened up new revenue model for the publishers, but it also brought in new opportunities for the seller, influencer. I can foresee many more such business models getting created in future. But to activate these models, publishers need to undertake few things and they need to change few things at their end. First and foremost, they need to take control of their flywheel. They need to maximize the permission and user ID and build first-party data on the user. They need to engage meaningfully with the permissioned users. They need to build a culture of CRM and they need to start measuring loyalty. I have not come across a lot of publishers who do that right now. The other problem that publishers have that they measure traffic on some ad arbitrage mandate, but not on lifetime value mandates. While everyone knows that every time they're able to get a user back, the lifetime value goes up. E-commerce businesses look at lifetime value of the customer in a much more sophisticated way. Publishers need to start doing that as well. Once publishers have better visibility of the flywheel, there would emerge new segments which can they target for new business opportunities. Publishers need to participate in e-commerce, but not as an affiliate. I've just seen so many publishers running Amazon offers. They should not participate as an affiliate. They need to shorten the click to buy. They need to partner with sellers which have contextual fit with their content. And they need to exchange audiences with them. They cannot be just the traffic giver. And eventually get to a level where they can, using the seller, custom build products for their audience. Mugs, merchandise, whatever they think is right for the audience. Publishers need to embrace the influencers. Influencers have this ability to engage the audience extremely effectively. Influencers bring along a new set of audience as well as a much wider reach. Sellers over the years have done this really well. Publishers haven't. Influencers today virtually run the social media. Right? Publisher needs to find ways to bring them in their fold, use them to increase traffic, and eventually drive their business agenda. Influencers, on the other hand, would love to see their influence going up, and their dependency on the walled gardens or the social network would go down. The other trend, which publishers should be aware of, is the emergence of micro communities. They need to participate and create these micro communities. In a recent example, a local North Indian publisher called Rajasthan Patrika brought together the education creators and launched something called Patrika in Education. Readers not only registered for those courses, but they started engaging after completing the courses and started buying from the creators directly. So key takeaways: future is in co-creation and collaboration between the three entities. Publishers need to come out of their silos and allow for more business models to emerge. As new models emerge, their dependence on ad revenues, walled gardens would eventually go down. And finally, my final word on final advice: publishers need to start marketing like an e-commerce, experiment like an influencer, and value the audience like a subscription business. But at the same time, continue doing what they do really well, which is creating content and generating lots and lots of traffic. That's it from my side. Thank you.
All right, Neil, thank you. I'd have to say that's quite exciting, and it allows our participants to actually think out of the box. And that's what I found particularly interesting, because you'll have people that are quite resistant to it. But just very quickly, can you explain the role of Izuto in everything that you've shared? How does Izuto help? Given some may think, oh, I can do that by myself. Let me get an influencer and I'll partner with my publishing arm. Where do you come in?
We, as Izuto, we are helping publishers with the flywheel.
Okay.
The flywheel slide I had. fundamentally helping publishers to move away just from unknown traffic to getting the permission for email, the web push, helping them get their app downloaded, and then move the user from an unknown user to a loyal user.
Yeah. And I'm curious, Neil, do you already have the data in terms of the numbers of even just one specific publishing company after using Izuto's really made a different change in the base?
We've seen that using Izuto, we are able to impact within the first 6 months, revenue impact is between 15 to 25%. But
really?
the traffic impact is so much more because you're able to get the users back you can engage them in a more contextual manner, and you can get the users back on your website and drive a lot more page views.
Okay. And I'm curious, just offhand, in case there are publishers watching and companies who are interested, how does it work in terms of the revenue scheme with Izuto? Do you get a cut or a share from the ad revenues that come in their pages? How do you charge?
We work on various models, but the most important thing for us is to make sure that the publishers are getting their ROIs.
Yeah, yeah.
But what we do not want is publishers looking us as some ad arbitrage partner who's going to get some traffic and they're going to get a rev share out of that.
Correct.
We work with publishers helping build long-term value. So there is the fee is a mix of a platform fee and a share on the ad revenue as well.
I see. So there's a platform fee. Yes. And a share in the ad revenue.
That's
then
right.
Quickly, but before we go, the Guardian example is, that caught me the most, given the Guardian is an investigative paper. It's a very tough paper, and it calls for independent journalism. When you read the Guardian, yes, it actually asks for donations for independent journalism. Yes. And what's amazing is there's a part of the Guardian where they're willing to, for that additional click, sell certain products. Yes. How was that morally? I'm curious inside. Did they frankly go through soul searching in agreeing to that proposal?
No, so my personal view on this is that the moment publishers start thinking of, thinking of reducing dependency on the ad revenue, they would start thinking of other revenue models. And that's when they can go out there and build co-create businesses with e-commerce, co-create businesses with influencers. Publishers are in this permanent space where they're constantly thinking about ad revenues.
Yes.
So they need to move out of that silo and start thinking of other business models and co-creation and collaboration.
Yes. Neil, I want to thank you so much. What an exciting company you have. And I wish you all the success.
Thanks.
Really. Thank you.
Thank you.